and I am super excited to be hosting the first National Microloan Conference Pitch Competition. And to really get this thing started off the right way, I need a little energy. So what I was thinking about, hold on a second. What I was thinking about doing was having us do the wave, but that idea got overridden, so we're not going to do that. So I do just need a little energy to get going. So if you could, now, give me a clap. All right, so what I want to find out, first of all, before we get started, is how many entrepreneurs do we have in the room? Oh, that's pretty much everybody. Cool. Next question is, how many could use $1,000? Exactly. Okay, all right, that's exactly what I thought. And the reason I asked that question is because, pitch competitions like this, are very important for providing, that much needed capital, to run your business, for operations and for, expansion, for, equipment purchases. But I also wanted to make sure I made a note to let you guys know that it's not only important in that instance, but it's also important because you get an opportunity to promote your business, right? And you also get an opportunity to attract investors or lenders that may be interested in, investing in your business. All right? And since I'm kind of talking about lenders, I want you guys to join me and take it a second, because I would like to recognize that our host that made this event possible, and that's Comerica Bank. So just give me a second and thank Comerica Bank for making it possible. Comerica Bank today is represented by Demetrius Hutchinson, so give him a shout out. All right, so I like to call him D-Hutch, D-Money, D-Hutch, that's okay. Okay. So the next thing I want to say is that we have 10 businesses today, 10 lucky businesses that were selected to pitch our 4 judges, right? They have 5 minutes to convince our judges that they should be the one to sit alone the Iron Throne and rule the 7 kingdoms. I was hoping you guys were some Game of Thrones fans. That's pretty cool because I actually, as part of this, because Ward said he wanted to have a cool pitch competition. So I actually talked to him about getting some dragons to come in from the back after the winners came in, and then we would have like the Unsullied standing here, and then we could have an Iron Throne where the winner could sit in the Iron Throne. But yeah, I got shot down. I guess I need to work my pitch skills a little bit better. But anyway, after the 5-minute pitch, there's going to be a 3-minute question and answer period where the judges can interact with the contestant, and then the participant or the business can have the opportunity to just talk more about their business and clarify anything or just, impress on the judges about the awesomeness of their business. All right, so today we have, actually missing a judge, actually. We have 3, I think. We have 3 judges, okay? Today that would be, yeah, she's not here. I'm sorry. We have 3 judges today that will be judging the competition. I just wanted to shout them out real quick. Again, Demetrius Hutchinson from Comerica. All right, I got Milton Fletcher from Great Minds Coaching. Be blessed by what he's been able to provide with us. He's an awesome guy. And then I have Stephen Yates from Hero International. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's get started. I'm going to bring up our first contestant. Her name is Renee. Her name is Renee Abner Todd, and she's going to be promoting Cure.
Hello, my name is Renee Abner Todd, the founder of Cure. We are designers of innovative solutions that improve lives. my daughter developed two life-threatening disorders is what compelled me to return to my alma mater to utilize my 25 years in innovative design skills to create a solution. Not just for Chelsea, but for the 152 million Americans that will experience at least one life-threatening chronic illness in their lifetime. With Chelsea, like many others, we struggle to understand how malnutrition played a role in her recovery. And we discovered that how vital nutrient deficiencies were in managing her care and her illness. The largest contributing factors for malnutrition occur after the patient returns home and when between treatments. Malnutrition is not being diagnosed early enough in order to change patient outcomes. Yet research shows that only 5% of the patients ever receive full dietary care. Because the burden of food is placed solely on the patient's shoulders, then the dietary care process and consulting is a separate entity. And because of this, I had to chase down food journals, plan my own menus, consistent calls to the dietitians. Now that became my life. So I understand why 80% of the patients are overwhelmed, discouraged, and confused, guessing which information to trust. While dietitians spend 60% of their time reading through poorly kept food journals and kept also multiple operative apps to provide patients with dietary analysis, timely communication between doctors, dietitians, and patients is critical. Without a consistent dialogue, no actions can be taken. And we know that through the right design solutions, that all of these issues can be resolved. And that's where CURE comes in. CURE is pioneering a software called i8. It is a cloud-based application that combines dietary consulting and food management services under one umbrella. It communicates to the dietitians what your body needs, what the patients need to be able to eat daily, but it also provides in real time dietary specific recommendations to the patients in order to know what to eat next for each meal. Replenishing only the nutrients that their body is lacking to sustain nutrient balance, because too many nutrients is just as harmful as too little. Our competitors provide static communication channels, and even when used in combination, they can achieve CURE's fundamental new tracking approach that addresses all of CURE's users and their pain points through real-time feedback loops. For the very first time with CURE's patented technology, they will be able to compare patient cases, and that's something they were never able to do before. Dietary services are an $8 billion industry, and CURE will offer IA directly to the dietitians on a monthly script that will be sold and licenses at $50 per patient per month. Our revenue streams will be in these three sources. Research confirmed that private practices will be our best market entry. Currently, we were in final stages of development, and with pre-seed money, we will be able to complete our final stage of development and then also utilize some of those funds to be able to, for our first year of expenses after we launch. Additional funds would be able to be necessary to be able to scale and to be able to meet growths that will accommodate these projectional goals. With the award funds, we would use them to be able to build a demo that we would use for promoting investment and also to be able to gain pre-orders from our early adopters. CURE is led by the visionaries and the inventors of the IA technology. Each member has multiple years of experience, and they also have a story similar to Chelsea's to tell. which will intensify it intensifies their passion and their commitment to be able to help promote Cure in a way that will assure that we become a commercial success. By increasing dietary efficiencies, Cure is also helping millions of patients that are affected by chronic illness. With your support today, in our business and in our company, together we will be able to begin to improve lives. Thank you.
Good. Do you have any questions?
Senator Todd, thank you for your presentation. What specific areas do you initially plan to pilot this and try to get revenues initially?
Actually, our first revenues, we have two resources. Right now, we have an independent living center that has 640 participants and residents, and they would like to implement the Cure platform to be able to communicate with their dietitians in one location and be able to provide care to their home patients through technology. So our first pre-orders would be $640 and $50 per patient.
Thank you.
Per month.
That's a great question. Any other questions, please, judges?
Perhaps you shared this, but I just want to be clear. Who is your target audience?
Our target audience is we're B2B and direct to the dietitian supplier, but we also don't bill to the dietary, we don't bill them for the software, but we actually bill them per patient, per licensed user. So all of our billing actually is run through the dietitians directly to us. So our focus is on providing the efficiency for the dietitians, but also being able to combine that with the resources for the patients. And the communication is all tied together.
So the dietitian as well as the clients both would have to purchase your product, and your product is an app. Is that correct?
Actually, it's the clients. Actually, it's billed to their medical policy. It's $50 a month, and it's reimbursable to the dietitians. So actually, we bill the dietitians, and then the clients, they pay for the dietary services. So it's either incorporated in their policies or their package, or it's incorporated in their residents' amenities.
And this is an app.
And it's a software that has a mobile app attachment. So it communicates, it's for the dietitians, but it communicates through the app with the home patients.
And two last questions. Who is your competition? Is there something like this already out? And last, how is your back office in terms of ensuring that there's no issue with the app application?
Well, first of all, our competition would be anybody that's in the food management area or also in the dietary consulting. But right now, there's currently no operating system that actually merges the two together. So we're unique in that aspect. There's actually no one that actually is able to provide real-time instant feedback in a loop that comes from the patient selections to the dietitian and back for consulting. So we tie the entire process together. And then, I'm sorry, the second part was?
Your back office. Is there any issues with ensuring that you have maintenance, and just in case your office go down, there's no issue with information being sent to the dietitian or vice versa?
No, because the application, the software is all HIPAA protected. It's encoded with login codes so that it protects patient information that goes back and forth.
All right, 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's 3 minutes. Okay, cool. Okay, good. Let's give.
So hello everyone. Hello. My name is Mark Howland and I'm the CEO of Breadless, a premium sandwich shop with no bread. So I'm the guy who always walks into a restaurant, orders a sandwich and says, "Can I please have a lettuce bun instead of bread?" How many of you have ever ordered a lettuce bun or a lettuce wrap? Good to know. So you can probably relate that this is the outcome that I received. What is this? And this, and this, and all of these. Yes, these are actual photos that I took of products that I received. And no, these are not at all what I anticipated when I placed the order. You see, I used to be very insecure about my physique, and eating low carb changed my life, but it has been hard. Why? Because the most widely available lunch and on-the-go options are sandwiches, wraps, and salads. Sandwiches and wraps are obviously high in carb, and salads can be great at times, but they're not always convenient while on the go. And apparently, it's not just me. 17% of people said that they actively subscribe to a no-carb or a low-carb lifestyle. 181 million Americans watched their diet in 2019. And 39% of people said it was a major indicator of as whether or not they would go to a quick service restaurant if that place had healthy options. We founded Breadless in June of 2019 as a healthy quick service restaurant alternative, serving premium sandwiches and no bread. So you may be thinking, well then what the heck do you use? Good question. Instead of bread, we wrap our sandwiches with a variety of fresh and healthy greens, such as red Swiss chard, turnip greens, collard greens that were packed with vitamins and minerals. We do not use iceberg lettuce that has no nutritional value. While we have a full menu on our website, I'm going to share with you a select few options that we've prepackaged and sold at our various pop-ups to date, including our chicken on chard, which is our Swiss chard and fresh sliced chicken option. Our bird is the word, which is our turnip green, fresh sliced turkey option. Our all veggie, which is our collard green and grilled eggplant option. And our Cloud 9 pastrami. No, that is not bread. That is our egg-based cloud bun alternative. Since founding the company in June, we've created our logo, our menu, launched our website, breadlesslife.xyz. We've held 10 pop-ups in Detroit. Thank you to Tech Town for being one of them, as well as Coact, Detroit, House of Pure Vin, LA Fitness, Crunch Fitness, the YMCA, and Fitness Works. We had 2 catering orders from the University of Michigan, one of which we've already executed. Generated $1,750 in sales, aggregated over 100 surveys, filed for our trademark, have preliminary designs for our location, and should have an LOI in the next few weeks. Here are some action footage of us at our pop-ups, as well as some happy customers in the top right we're very grateful for. So who are we? We are a relentless and passionate team representing business, marketing, and restaurant development and operations. I am a recent graduate of Harvard Business School with honors. This past summer, I worked at Jimmy John's as a sandwich maker in order to learn a little bit more about quick service restaurant operations. Before that, I was an investment banker and private equity investor at Goldman Sachs and the Carlyle Group. Our Chief Marketing Officer, LC, is a second-year MBA at the Law School of Business, and she's worked for many of the largest marketing and advertising firms in the world. Our Chief Product Officer, Ryan, right there, is an 8-year executive chef. He's catered for many top celebrities, as well as opened successful restaurants. We are on a mission to make it easy for people to live a low-carb lifestyle, and our vision is to be one of the most well-known and accessible quick-service restaurants nationwide, starting right here in the Motor City of Detroit. Right now, we are applying for Motor City Match and securing an LOI for our location. Here are actually some designs of our concept. Our motto, Breadless is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. You can follow us on Instagram at Breadless Life. We are excited to start our journey here in Detroit, and we're going nationwide and would love to have you as a part of our story. Thank you very much. Much love.
Mr. Hollis, thank you for your presentation. Thank you. So, the rollout. How quickly do you want to roll this out? Obviously, there's a cost to that. And have you run the numbers in terms of break even first year and a bubble of other questions? And are you pitching this to Carlisle and have they? Because I'm sure I think they have a venture group.
So our goal is to open 4 restaurants within Detroit within the next 4 years. We want to have our first one up and running before, actually this summer, ideally. And yes, we have a full business plan that has all the financials in it, where we can talk about the break even, and happy to have that conversation offline after this conversation.
Why Detroit? Just
Yeah, it's a great question. So, I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Cleveland originally, but our other co-founders, born and raised Detroit native, and we want to revitalize this area. Frankly, I think the best target market for our solution is actually out west, Denver, etc. However, we want to actually be a big component of the revitalization story for Detroit. Detroiters need this product, and we want to be the ones to help bring this here, give a story to Detroit. When we go nationwide, we say breadless started here.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Two questions. When you say Detroit, as a native Detroiter, you say that we need this product, right? Who lived in the record? What does that look like, considering Detroit and its issues with healthy food? What does that look like?
Yeah, anyone who is either currently low carb or aspiring to be, there's a massive accessibility component in the market today. If you went down the street and said, I want to get something quick and accessible, it's very challenging to live better or live healthier with the options that are available today. And I know that Detroit is absolutely a market that could benefit from a healthy alternatives, and that's what all our customers have been saying in our over 100 surveys, plus the people that have been buying the product. I've had people leave notes at LA Fitness. I'll walk in, someone leaves a note saying, when you guys get set up, can you call me, and then I will drive back over here to buy this product, even when they just went there to work out, because they said, I don't have ways where I can eat healthier, and we want to be that solution.
One more question. So you guys use lettuce as your actual one. So
Green, fresh and healthy greens.
fresh and healthy. I'm sorry. I apologize. What stops other companies from using your idea?
What stops them?
Well, not necessarily stops them, but what makes you say that any other company couldn't use the fresh greens for their products?
This is core to what we do. Every other company has realized that this is a gap in the market, and so they're starting to offer different types of lettuce wraps. Where I worked over the summer is a perfect example. However, in my experience, that's always the side anomaly product that's like you're ordering the ugly stepchild on the menu, versus this is core to what we're doing, and this is 100% our focus of providing with a high quality filling sandwich that is healthy, that tastes good, and that's why we have a celebrity executive chef that's our chief product officer. So if you taste one of our sandwiches, you will taste the difference. And so that is how we capture not just people like me who are low-hanging fruit, but all the people who say, let me try this, and once you try it because it tastes good, you'll come back and your body will thank you for it.
I have a question. You went under 4 minutes, so I'm going to extend the Q&A a little bit. Great presentation, great energy.
I really appreciate that.
I think everyone in this room can feel your passion, not only just for this business idea, but for the health of our community, and that's really important. My question is about that you guys are looking to open up multiple locations. Tell me about how you're going to go about hiring those who are going to be serving the public, and perhaps what you're expecting to pay these folks, particularly since you have your numbers already in your budget.
Yeah, so depending on the role, we plan to pay people anywhere from $12 at a minimum, and then moving up from there. We want to have upward mobility built into our model, so that if you come in and you're just making sandwiches, then you can be cross-trained to work the register. You can be cross-trained for other opportunities for you to grow and expand. We absolutely want to be hiring people from the communities, and in that way, we know that each business that we open, we're now providing stable income for these people to then potentially open their own businesses as well. You know, being from the community, we are all in for the community and want to hire people from this community to help it to grow and revitalize. And you know, it takes it one step at a time, and we know it's gonna take a little bit of time, but we're all in on it.
Time.
You get the questions? Okay. That was awesome. Anthony Balakton. What's going on, guys? All right, so don't get alarmed. I'm a black nerd. I figured out, I'm a Carlton. I'm definitely, that's me. And I'm not going to lie, I don't want to Detroit because it's kind of hard to be black nerd. But I digress. I'm here to represent DeviantWare. We're a video game developer.
independent video developer out of Detroit. And why video games? Okay, so there's the business side, that's real easy, right? We don't need locations, we don't need brick and mortar, we just need internet connections, computers, and a lot of Mountain Dew. Or coffee. Coffee will work too. Also, okay, there's tons of money to be made, right? Everyone has a smartphone. The market's getting bigger as people are buying more smartphones. Obvious stuff, right? So I was like, I'm gonna be a game developer. So I was thinking to myself, like, what do games mean to me? Right? And like I said, I mentioned earlier, I grew up in Detroit. And video games basically saved my life. When a lot of other boys my age were out there running the streets, I was playing a video game. My grandma even told me once, she said, AJ, I let you stay out, because she would not let my sister stay out. If my sister stayed out, it was a problem. But she told me, AJ, I let you stay out, because I know that you're in somebody's basement playing a video game. And she was right. Every single time she was right. So I decided to make video games, and there were some issues. So this is my first video game. This is Rubicon. It was a puzzle game. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but it had an issue. The issue was we couldn't find any artists. I designed a bunch of stuff. We just couldn't find anybody to work on the art. Now, then I said, okay, I'm desperate, and I got like this little $30 tablet, and I drew this. It does not look good. It is fine. I'm over it. I was so hurt by it that I was like, I can't do this. If I can't find an artist, I told myself, this isn't a problem, this is an opportunity. So I have some drawing skill, so I said I'm just gonna do the work. I invested like 10 grand and I locked myself in a room and I decided that I was gonna be an artist as well as the employer's key designer and CEO, whatever the journey requires. So then I went out to GDC, found out there was a whole industry. There are no artists anywhere. Not that there are no artists, but that's always the problem, is keeping the artists in the project. It wasn't just here. Now here in Detroit, of course, we had a little bit of a problem with economic diversification, but you guys already know that. I'm not going to go over what you already know. So then I was like, all right. Locked myself in a room, taught myself digital art, and boom, this is our game, Card Food. Card-based fighting game that's going to be for iOS, Android, and PC. We are actually ready to release the alpha by the end of this year. And what's so great about it is that it'll be fueled by microtransactions, but not predatory microtransactions, no loot boxes, just artificial scarcity and costumes and the like. So what's so awesome about Card Food is that there are characters to get attached to. You don't get that in Candy Crush, you don't get that in Angry Birds. There's actually emotional investment. And like, these characters are real to me. I would go over all of them, but this is not a 20-minute presentation, it's only 5 minutes. So then I taught myself how to animate. I got a couple of samples of the animations. I'm not sure if I'm going to play, but but I can definitely show them. It's not a thing. So, taught myself how to animate, and I said, okay, but how is this going to be different than other games? And not necessarily just different, but how are we going to grow the business organically? And I said, okay, why don't we turn our players into participants? So on our cards, because we're going to sell card art, there's going to be seasonal, we're going to feature local artists, and they'll get a portion of the proceeds, and their particular card art will be something that will only be available for, let's say, a season, and then we'll rotate out. Now that allows people to actually get into the video game industry. It was difficult for me, seeing as how we're, like I said, the economic stuff. And also, it gives us the opportunity to get more people into the industry. Now this is me. I'm Anthony, these are my two daughters, Monica and Karis. And they're also my inspiration, because I'm not going to lie to you guys. High school was rough. I actually don't even have a high school diploma. I actually went and I'm self-taught. I taught myself how to animate. I taught myself how to program. It's just always something I want to do, something I was born to do. This is Josh. He took this picture last night because he didn't have any that he liked. Josh is super smart, probably the smartest person on the team, and we've been friends since 2004. He does all the coding and all like every piece of genius. This is John. Now, what's so great about me learning how to animate is that it wasn't just me. I created a method. Now it's going to allow me to do this more efficiently, and it's going to allow me to essentially get ahead of the competition. And John helped me develop that method. And again, I've known him, oh my God, we worked at the same GameStop for years. And this is Chris. I completely forgot to put he has a master's in fine arts, but he does all of our music and all of our sound effects. So here's what's so good. The game is done. I literally have a playable version of it right here on my tablet, on my phone. Literally what we need the money for is so that I can help support my family and animate at the same time. Then we can put the game out. And what's so great about that is that there are no hard launches anymore. So we could be putting out versions of the game, bringing in customers, and making money very quickly when compared to other businesses.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. Thank you, Mr. Ball.
So, quite interesting and innovative. How do you propose to really delight people and make money off of this right away and get into and get a customer? What's the
So our biggest hook is the artwork, because there are 1,000 different developers that can put together like a stupid little, Candy Crush game. I don't want to call Candy Crush stupid. I'm saying there's nothing to invest in there. A character is something to invest in. Like I said, I have backstories for all of these characters. I could go on, and I want people to see themselves in the characters, and attach themselves to the game. That's why they're going to play our game and not the next Candy Crush or something like that.
Any other questions?
I have a question. This is regarding who you're selling it to. Let's piggyback off.
Yeah.
So we got folks in the room.
Is it a second one?
How would the folks in the room determine whether or not they want to buy this?
So this is great, because DeviantWare is going to focus on two things for all of our games, and it's two things that all huge games focus on, and that's free to play and play on. So we're using the Unity framework. What that means is that we develop the game once, and we can put it on anything that supports Unity. So right now that means iOS, Android, Windows, Xbox One, PC. You understand what I'm saying? We develop the game once, and so literally playing on anything is huge. Now, if you want examples, just go to Fortnite. You can download it on anything. It's one of those huge games that make $100,000 a day. Right? You want another example, you can go to Minecraft, right? So if we focus on free to play and play on anything, I think it's a powerful strategy.
So you're trying to get funds or earn income from advertisers?
No, we're earning income from microtransactions. So what we're going to do is that, so we have characters like one of my characters is Hakeem. He's going to have a costume. It's going to be, let's say, Christmas themed, and you can only buy it at Christmas, and it's going to be $1 or $3, right? And then user gives us $3. They get the Christmas themed costume or Christmas themed hat. We make money, and then let's say they want to buy the Easter one or their birthday or other events inside the game world. So we'll make money through microtransactions. And then, like I said earlier, we'll be selling different cards for, not different cards, but different art for the cards that will also, it'll also use artificial scarcity. So it'll only be this edition of cards only for 6 months, and then it's going back in the vault.
So my final question is your projections. What's your financial projections?
So what's so great about this is that video games have a great profit margin, right? When it comes to just, so we could easily, I could give you specific numbers, but I could give you specific numbers later on. So What do you want?
But just give me your push.
Okay, let me tell you what I think this could do. So not only could this be a great video game, but once we get the system up and running, where we can actually have our featured artists, this could become a movement. Other little boys like me, other, that are black nerds, whatever you want to call us, they're going to have a way into the industry, and they're going to be participating in the growth of the product because they're going to want to tell their friends, hey, my featured art, I'm an artist from Detroit, my featured art is in Card Foods cards for the entire month of May. And then they're going to say, what's Card Food? And they're going to pick the game up because it's free to play and play on anything. I mean, the potential for growth, it's bigger than a game. It provides economic opportunity. It's going to, that's what I see in my vision. That it's not just a game, it's also a platform.
Thank you.
Contestant is Brittany Rose, and her business is Black Girl Magic. Black Girl Magic. Is that right? All right. All right.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Brittany Rose. I am a math degree holder, a Carnegie Mellon MBA, a 15-plus year math tutor and coach, and founder of Black Girl Math. Raise your hand if you've ever heard someone say, or you said yourself, you know what, I'm just not a math person. Well, you're not alone. Approximately 93% of Americans experience math anxiety, which is negative emotions around doing and solving math problems. Math anxiety more negatively impacts females and people of color than it does the rest of the population, and is a key reason why we are underrepresented in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math fields. This is leading to limited career options, decreased earning potential, and these persistent racial and gender gaps are not going anywhere anytime soon. So how do you solve for math anxiety? You build math confidence, and our solution does just that. We take math confidence, package it into a box, and we ship it to customers nationwide. Math is the foundation of STEM. As my mother says, you can't have STEM without M. And even if the child doesn't want to go into a STEM major or career, we view basic math as a life skill and a civil right. And that equates to Black Girl Magic. Black Girl Magic is the first and only monthly subscription box dedicated to increasing math confidence and decreasing math anxiety in girls on the 3rd to 8th grade math level. Each box includes a real-world themed math activity booklet, 3 to 5 items to bring the theme to life, a profile of a Black woman mathematician, a math affirmation, and a caring adult guide. Our product, while it serves all girls of all backgrounds, you will notice that our title and our imagery have a special focus on Black girls who sit at the intersection of persistent racial and gender gaps in STEM. We charge $39.95 a month plus shipping for subscriptions, and we source items wholesale from vendors as well as create items in-house, aiming to spend no more than $20 per box. We also have other revenue streams through our online shop and in-person events where we move excess inventory, as well as our math confidence workshops. We look forward to decreasing our costs as we grow and scale. So how did we get there? We just launched in June 2019, and we are working to grow our subscriber base while also serving our current customers very well. We have an amazing team who have over 75 years combined experience of being girls, being Black girls, and working in and on our education. I have an MBA from Carnegie Mellon, a math degree from Spelman College, and over 50 years of math tutoring experience. My advisory board president is a retired Detroit charter school principal, the founding charter principal, where she grew the school from 200 to 788 students, and she has been an educator for 40 years. Of course, I cannot have a product for girls if I don't have girls on my team. So you'll also notice I have 2 high school students who help make our business run. Speaking of growing, here are our financial forecasts in terms of sales, expenses, and profits. Black Girl Magic has the opportunity to play in 2 distinct but overlapping multi-billion-dollar markets. The subscription e-commerce market, which is worth $20 billion, where the kids category is growing, and the specialty STEM toy category, which is outpacing the growth of the total toy category overall. And our girls, we are creating a winning formula that will allow us to serve our girls. And so far, that formula is working pretty well. Our customers, just 3 months in, are already reporting increased math confidence in their girls, among other things, like representation, empowerment, and Black history. You see, Black Girl Magic is the only subscription box on the market that not only builds math confidence, but also addresses other items and areas that help develop the whole child. Since launching, we have shipped over 180 boxes to customers in 19 states, DC, and a few military bases, grossing $10,000, almost $10,000 in revenue. We have also received organic, local, and national press, and secured over $5,000 in pitch competitions. And today we're hoping to make that $6,000. With your investment, we will be able to invest in marketing services to prepare for the upcoming holiday season, business supplies to streamline productivity and efficiency, and to hire a virtual assistant so I can work more on the business and less in the business. All with the goal of equipping our girls with the critical math skills they need to succeed in today's and tomorrow's society. Won't you join me in sprinkling some Black Girl Magic?
You don't have to go. I'm sorry, I just said you do, I'm sorry.
So thank you, Ms. Rose. Here, 2 questions. Who are your current customers? And while I like the idea of this being Black Girl Magic, are there any concerns, or have you had any pushback by having a product that is unapologetically focused on Black girls?
So for your first question, thank you for both of those questions. For your first question, my target audience are mothers of girls in the 3rd to 8th grade math level who understand and value supplemental educational experiences for their child. So if it's a parent who thinks that school is the only place where a child learns, that's not my customer. My customer is interested in co-curricular experiences for their child, and they understand the variety of doors that math can open and what will happen to their child, what long-term negative impacts low math confidence can have on their child. So that's my target audience. My target beneficiary are the girls themselves, girls on the 3rd to 8th grade math level. So I don't focus on age. I work with plenty of teenagers who could benefit from my box because they don't have the basic math fluency that they need to proceed to algebra, and that is why I started my business. In terms of pushback, absolutely. I've had people say, well, why do you call it Black Girl Magic? Why can't it be Girl Magic, or why can't it be this? Number one, it's a play on the term Black Girl Magic. How many people are familiar with that term? Yeah, so it's a play on the term Black Girl Magic, which was a movement that was popularized by Keyshawn Thompson in 2013. So that's the obvious connection, but also because, as I mentioned, these racial and gender gaps are persistent and pervasive, especially in STEM. And so as a Black woman who has worked with primarily black children, who was passionate about advancing the Black race, I wanted to create a product that showed girls, Black girls, unapologetically that they too can be math stars. And I do have subscribers who are not. Yeah, no, I understand, but I have subscribers who are white.
But again, how do you get to, I think there's an audience, but how do you get to them? That's the thing, that how do you get to them?
So how are my customers currently finding?
Because you have the Kunans and the other learning agencies that I don't think they're in the space, but how do you get to them?
So right now, so my email list is about 850. I pre-launched in December. I just launched in June and shipped my first boxes in July. I pre-launched in December of last year, so I spent 6 months planning, testing. I beta tested my box with 20 families across the country. I did a lot of work on social media, a lot of work building my email list, vending at STEAM and girl-focused events. I have one of my workshops with the Michigan Science Center Feminista program. So there have been a variety of ways for me to connect with my audience. And also I have, teachers who subscribe to the box. Actually, the Assistant Superintendent for Family and Community Engagement at DPSCD subscribes to my box. So, and because the president of my advisory board is a retired charter school principal who currently consults for DPS, and her target audience and the people she consults with are principals, there's just been a variety of ways we've been connecting with the customer.
Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
Any other questions? You good?
I have to.
Oh, you have a question?
First of all, I applaud your interest in helping not only black girls, but all girls.
There's a boy box coming soon, too. Just for anybody who was thinking about it.
So my question is regarding your impact on the community. It sounds to me like this is more so an online ordering mechanism versus having local employees. How are you impacting the community beyond supporting those that might be buying the boxes in terms of employment opportunities?
So yeah, we do have right now, so those two young ladies, they're local high school students on the team. One of the things that we are getting ready to start pitching now that school is back in session, we understand that not everyone who deserves to have a Black Girl Magic Box has the means to access it. So one of the things we're about to start pitching is the Black Girl Magic Math Clubs, where we partner with schools, districts, and youth serving organizations to actually facilitate an extracurricular math club at their school, where they would spend one day every week with this box. So they would get a different box every month. Each student who participates in the math club would get the box. And they would have a caring adult, whether that be a teacher or a liaison we bring in ourselves, who will walk them through the activities and make sure they're extracting all the value from the box. Does that answer your question?
Well, it talks to me about how you're impacting the folks that are actually using it, but I think my question goes toward economic opportunities for those that might want to be working for your organization.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, so we are right now we're focused on hiring a virtual assistant. If I can find one that is in the local Detroit area, that would be even better, because I do need someone who can help pack boxes and do some of those more labor-intensive things. We have been thinking a little bit more about that, but at the moment we're just trying to get to a place where we have enough cash flow to absorb and to add employees.
All right, that's it. Yep.
Please give it up for Brittany. All right, the next presenter we have is, the name of the company is Local Intervention Network for Kids, and it's Ms. Dina Jackson. Woo.
So during the school counseling aspect of my job, I had that as an intervention. So one of the interventions that the school counselors provide, social services for social and emotional growth. The program we partner with Wayne State University against mass counseling. They have been mentoring for us for a long time. When we were federally funded, it was the whole athletic department. But as the funds went away and went away, some things changed. I am very, very passionate about mentoring, so bringing light to a different heart just a little ago. Currently, we are in 3 schools. I have relationships with plenty of principals, but of course you have red tape, so on and so forth. So currently we're at George Proctor Academy, which was the school that it started at, and now we're at Durfee School of Excellence, which I am the school counselor at. We are at Academy for Business and Technology, and Voyager Consortium Academy. We have become the nonprofit back in 2018. So all the years prior to that, it was just basically people volunteering. My pitch is just saying, hey, who's interested in volunteering? Who would like to be not only a mentor, but to help out with the social media stuff? Because obviously, my website got a bit. But I need help with social media. I need help with fundraising. I need help with just direction on how to get the word out, not only to be in the schools, but also in the community. I've been told that we can probably do like different conferences so that we can teach more kids about career and entrepreneurship, because that is the focus. In addition to the character development. But a lot of kids that I, as a school counselor, that I've learned is they don't have any career aspirations nowadays. They don't want to be the traditional doctor, lawyer, politician. They don't want to do that. They want to do non-traditional careers, I should say that. So we want to give them the opportunity to be exposed to college, of course, be exposed to the STEM careers, be exposed to the traditional and non-traditional careers, but their passion, use their passion to become entrepreneurs. So one of the things that I am asking is people who are interested in speaking to the kids, that's what I'm looking for. People that are interested in helping get the word out, that's what I'm looking for. People that would like to partner with us and donate, I would love you. And also to have sponsorships, sponsor relationships such as Comerica Bank and other banks or other entities within the city. Right now, we do different fundraisers. So we have a fundraiser coming up October 16th. We've had various fundraisers in the past, but to be able to build that partnership within the community, not just with sponsors, but with other agencies, with other entities that's interested in motivating our youth. That's because
Questions? Go ahead.
Yes, so thanks for your presentation. I'm curious, you mentioned that your organization has been in place for some time. Can you share a specific or two about the results you've been able to create as a result of your efforts?
So what we notice is that students with the Caring Dog that comes in, because the mentoring program is during the school day at lunchtime. So what we notice is that students come to school. Oh, it's mentoring day. Oh, my mentor cares about me. Oh, my mentor may pop up. So the attendance rate rises. Oh, someone's paying attention to me. Okay, I'm gonna go to class. Mentors are going and talking to the teachers and saying, hey, what's going on with this student? What's going on with that student? So just having someone outside of the building, because for some reason, those of us that work in the building don't matter. But people outside of the building that's coming in and checking on them, and that's, there every day, it boosts the self-esteem, it boosts the academic interest, and most definitely brings them to school.
Ms. Jackson, so aspirationally, what would success look like for you over the next 12 months if you could kind of flush that out and define it?
12 months. Success in 12 months would have, I guess, more schools involved, more students, because it's a 3rd through 8th grade program. Right now, we're only able to impact the middle school because of the amount of mentors that we have. But being able to have those celebratory times to where we're impacting more schools, more students, and just getting out there.
So would a source be grant writing? Is this something that grants would also be?
If there's grants available, most definitely. I have reached out to Skillman, but I guess I need some grant writers. So yes, that would be pivotal to having the funds come in. Right now, we're just making all people to donate. But grants, because again, it was a federal funded grant. The grant funded everything, the kids and everything. It was an awesome program.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Okay.
If you are interested Facebook page is linktheyouth.com. And also, like I said, I have flyers and business cards if you're interested. I hope you are. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
My name is Nedra Banks, and I'm the owner of the Grub Bank. We provide vegan and vegetarian meals on the go. Right now, we are delivering to seniors in the community and also to children at preschools.
I love this.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Jones, and I'm the CEO of Crystal Apogee Skin and Hair Care. I do all organic problems, and I develop my products based on various health issues that I had, from alopecia to diabetes to arthritis. And so all of my products, I have an online presence, and you can go to www.crystalapogee, and that's Jackie spelled backwards, EIKCAJ.com. Thank you.
My name is Ronald, owner of 4R Mobile Auto Repair Service LLC. So where you stop, I bring my shop. So you break down my road, I come out, I check it out, I fix it on the spot, and get you back home.
Are we ready? Okay. Yeah, I gotta get my cousin in here.
Real quick, go ahead.
Joyce's Place Resale. What you see is what's in my shop.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We also got, and I don't know if you guys have seen the table out there, but this is an anti-bullying movement that's put on. These are called love laces, right? So everybody that participates today in the competition gets a love lace, which is awesome.
They're shoelaces that light up.
I'm sorry.
Commercial messages on.
Yeah. Okay. Good. And another thing that's really cool, that is awesome, we have, let's see, Bouncing Around the Motor City. Yeah. Right? You guys did this? All right, this also goes, there's a bouquet of these very decorative balloons that goes to the winner. And those were donated by Bouncing Around the Motor City. Bouncing Around the Motor City. I'm just going to get your name, though, Captain Coleman. Captain Coleman. Awesome. Okay, so our next pitch is going to be performed by the name of the company is Veteran Owned Business Roundtable, and we got Peter Vasquez. So give a round of applause to Peter Vasquez.
Well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. I usually, anytime I have a presentation, I always carry a stack of papers thinking that I'm going to actually read it and go by it. But I always realize that, you know what, why? Just decide, because I already know it by heart, and just go with the flow, because what I want you to feel today is basically what's inside. And I think that when you have a passion for something, you really understand exactly what we're presenting. So, my name is Peter Vasquez. I am the Executive Director of the Veteran Owned Business Roundtable. How many veterans do we have in the room today? Hoorah! Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force. There we go. All right. How many entrepreneurs here have established their business credit? Now, say again. How many entrepreneurs, business owners have established their business credit? How many haven't? Okay, gotcha. Okay. So again, my name is Peter Vasquez, Veteran Owned Business Roundtable. We are a non-profit organization headquartered in the Southern Heights, Michigan, and we're a national organization. And our goal is to create programs that help veterans succeed in business, but also in their careers. As you can see by the logos we have here on the screen, that we have some executive directors in the organization that are highly reputable and have succeed in their business, that are now giving their time to help support our programs, which fall under education, mentorship, and connecting veterans to government and corporate contracting opportunities. So it's very important for us to make sure these programs succeed, hence why we're here today. Every year, approximately 200,000 veterans leave the military, okay, and are faced with life-changing decisions almost a year before they leave the military. They have to ask themselves whether or not they're going to stay in the military, Or are they going to become a civilian? Now, the next question is, if I leave the military, am I going to work for a company? Do I start a business? Either way, it's imperative to guide our veterans to ensure that they make the right decisions. What they understand what business opportunities and financial resources are available, but also understand programs like the Veteran First program, which is basically a government program for service-able veteran businesses, which government contractors have to meet a quota to spend, right, and ensure that you do business with service-able veteran businesses. Okay? Not to mention the corporations, many of them are here today, that also support veterans by either hiring veterans and also adding them to their corporate supply chain. I've already seen a couple here that do that. I work with Third Bank does, America does as well, and they have great programs in supporting veterans and adding veterans in their corporate supply chain. But regardless of ethnicity, regardless of the amount of certifications they have, okay, regardless of the size of the business, they all need access to capital and financial resources. This is one thing they all have in common. And I'm sure you heard this before. Common questions, in this case by veterans, is, okay, how do I acquire these financial resources? Who can I trust to give me the right information? And of course, am I ready to grow my business? But at the same time, common question for lenders is that, where are the businesses that need money? I'm sure you've heard this question before, right? Okay, where is the money at? They have no idea where to get the money or where to go. Okay, but the questions I'm sure you ask yourself is the business ready for funding? Is the applicant equipped with the right information? Does the business meet the minimum requirements to become, and I get this confused, is it bankable or fundable? Which one is it? Or both? I'm asking the experts here. Both. Both, okay, so we all know what that means. Basically, to be qualified. So the big thing is that you have to understand that what the market opportunity is. After World War II, 49% of veterans started their own business. Where compared to today, only 5.6 started their business. Where today, 48% of them are over age 65. And out of all those veterans that start their business, only 60% take out loans to help either expand their business or start their business.
1 minute.
Yeah, look at all the opportunities that are available. Veterans make about $1.2 trillion in sales. They have about $210 billion in annual payroll and about 5.7 million employees. So they definitely make a major impact in the community to spend. Now, of course, it's all about money. Getting started, right? How social capital, 61% of them use their family savings, personal savings, but only 10% get their money from banks and commercial lenders. While to expand, 30% use their personal and family savings, where only 11% use personal and business credit cards, compared to 12% across the nation. Now, veteran-owned business represent right now only 9% of small business in the United States, but yet there are 2.4 million veteran-owned businesses in the United States. 0.1% have applied for loans. That's less than 1,500 reported by the Small Business Association, Administration. Now, of course, what's the problem there in the States? They need access to capital to start their business. What do they need the money for? They need to support their lifestyle. They need to support their family, business costs and starting up. Existing businesses need to hire staff, purchase equipment, and they need to sustain their business for those, let's say, customers that take 60 to 90 days to pay. We all know, if you're in the automotive industry, you can imagine how difficult that may be. Trust me, I've been there.
Time. Thank you.
I talked about all the time.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Questions, yes.
Mr. Vasquez, first of all, thank you for your service and keeping people like me safe and secure. Specifically, who would be the beneficiaries from your business and the objective of what you would do with the proceeds from by winning this pitch?
Well, I'm glad you asked that question because, of course, obviously, this presentation is supposed to be 15 minutes down to 5, which was not only difficult, but what we're offering is an actual program. It's a win-win-win scenario for both our corporate sponsors, the organization, and, of course, the participants that join these programs. By offering a program that allows them to build their business credit by giving the nonprofit organization or the financial institution the ability to provide them a portal, a branded portal, that they could lead their customers to who want to build their business credit and go through a 10-step process that allows them to build their business credit, okay, by the same time, providing a portal that they have access to over 250 lenders that are ready there to provide them based on their business credit. And not to mention a business coach that's there for a whole year, right, that's going to help them along the way to motivate them to build their business credit. And basically, the answer to the question is, when someone goes into the bank, and of course they need to, where do I get the money? But not everybody's can qualify. But what do they do in the meantime? This is where we provided, the organization has created a program that's not just for veterans, but for other organizations, nonprofits, banks, financial institutions, who want to be able to support a program that has definite measurable results. Because every time someone builds a trade line or gets access to credit, that is a monumental milestone that corporate sponsors are looking for in programs. So what we did was package it, and we targeted better-known businesses first, because that's a greater need, obviously, and provide a product that's a win-win for everybody.
Thank you. Are there any other questions from the judges?
Mr. Vasquez, I also commend you for seeking out to support veterans. Thank you for your service as well. I want to give you an opportunity at 12 o'clock to come with me to talk to some veterans in the Edison room. I'll be talking to veterans about accessing credit, things like that. What I want to ask you a question about is your leadership team. Are you by yourself, or do you have other veterans working with you? And what exactly are you supporting the veterans on? Is it just helping them get their business credit and showing them how to build that credit? Is that exactly what your services are?
Our organizations are meant to help veterans through that process of one starting their business, but also ensure that they succeed with their existing businesses. Our leadership consists of executive businessmen who are established in business, automotive suppliers, some of them are tier 1 suppliers, and also the corporations who support our organization, GM, Ford, and Chrysler, who support our programs, and ensuring that they get to the next level of their business. But most importantly, letting our veterans know the opportunities that are available beyond medical when they leave the military. One of the things that veterans do all the time is to focus on, I have PTSD, I'm not going to lie. I thought many times I was broken, okay? But then I met this organization of fellow business owners, it motivated me to go to the next step. But then when I hear that these corporations are really supporting veterans, it's way different than what it was during Vietnam, Korea, and what it is today. I can't walk into a bank right now without getting hit with a checkbook. I mean, everyone wants to give a free account to a veteran, and that's so awesome. And I think it's important for veterans to know the benefits that are available beyond medical, like starting their business. So again, this program is not only great for businesses, but also minority groups, nonprofit organizations, but also corporate sponsors who want to donate and get to a program that has those measurable results.
Thank you. Any other questions? Let's give it up. She's the founder of Unique Eats, and her name is Brianna Patterson. And if you had lunch yesterday, she provided the lunch, so, and if you enjoyed it. Oh, your breakfast. Okay. Oh, breakfast, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Hello, how are you all doing? My name is Brianna Patterson. I'm the owner of Unique Eats, which is a specialty catering service. We're a healthy meal prep and delivery service provider geared towards the health-conscious eater. Let me introduce my old self. This is me, and this is me today. Yes, I used to be 330 pounds, and I lost it all through diet and exercise. And through this journey, I developed a menu of wholesome, healthy comfort foods that eliminates the processed foods out of the diet. I carried the weight for over 10 years. It's been off for over 7 years now, and I eat Unique Eats daily. So I am living proof that Unique Eats is food for life. We're bringing a solution for furthering healthy living by providing a way for health-conscious eaters or dieters as well as the vegan or vegetarian dieter to properly, oh my goodness, forgive me, I'm messing up here. We're bringing a solution for furthering healthy living by providing an avenue for health-conscious eaters and dieters, as well as the vegan or vegetarian dieter, to eat properly without having to prepare the foods for themselves. There exists little to no dining options outside of the home for this market. Unique Eats was birthed to provide the market with healthy, wholesome, fresh foods for dining. We've removed virtually all of the processed foods out, and we did that simply by preparing the foods from scratch, using products that have little to no processing in it, and incorporating herbs and spices that are beneficial to the body. Within 5 miles of our target area, there exists 0 American Healthy restaurants. Our primary target is the health-conscious eater or dieter ranging from 25 to 45 years of age and with an annual income of $33,000 to $69,000. Our customer will pay an average of $14 per sale on our site and $23 per head for catering services. Our target is looking for healthy dining options to further a healthy lifestyle. Also, our target is spending over $5,000 on food and over $800 for dinner alone. We will engage our market through social media campaigns, tastings, networking, and as well awareness speaking engagements. Our current milestones, we would like to host 3 survey and tasting events to create our customer research database and our online menu. And then we have another goal of reaching 25 daily customers by the end of the second month of launching online. And then again, another goal of 50 customers or more by the end of 6 months, all leading to, by the end of the year, to have over 100 customers, daily customers. Our current goals are to complete and continue target market research through tastings and marketing campaigns, and to get the proper numbers to keep our current business plan up to date, as well as we promoting awareness speaking engagements through public and private engagements, companies, and we are now looking to procure $5,000 for tastings, marketing campaigns, commercial kitchen space, and food and inventory. Again, I say Unique Eats is food for life. And I would like you all to know and always remember that we always put your health first. Thank you.
Questions for Unique Eats? Questions?
So, Ms. Patterson, let me congratulate you on your transformation in your business.
Thank you.
So, a couple of questions. How you're currently getting business? How are you currently getting business? And specifically, what would be, how do you get your business model out and expand it?
At this time, I just formed in November of last year. And then I did a test launch run for 2 weeks. When I did the test run, the only form that I had of getting my information or my business out there was word of mouth. Through the 2-week testing period is where I learned because I have online restaurants through Grubhub and DoorDash, and I was under the impression that they would be able to reach my market, and they weren't. So after 2 weeks, I pulled back, and I'm in startup status. My catering services you currently can still get catering services. To date, I've made $2,000 through the catering services. How I get myself out there now, proposedly, what I'm trying to do is to launch tastings. I'm actually getting ready to set up a date for a tasting with Big B Coffee in Dearborn on Greenfield and Rotunda Drive. So I've been developing relationships, because this relationship that I've developed with the owner of that Big B, I don't have to pay for this venue to have the tasting. So it's tough, but I'm out there doing the research, because I want the numbers to reflect honestly what's going on in my target market, because that's the only way that my numbers could be accurate for projections of what's to come. Because ultimately, if I can get to where I would like to go, and that would be to own my own commercial kitchen so that I can extend services to other companies like myself that are interested in the online meal delivery services or restaurant, as well as business development. I would like to offer business development, and to be able to employ people that are surrounding the kitchens that I'm working out of. I would like to bring them in, because you can teach anyone to cook. It doesn't take a technical degree.
So just again, if you've already gone down this road, I apologize, but a thought would be maybe soliciting or reaching out to some of the Divine Nine sorority and fraternal organizations, the Kappas, the AKAs, the Deltas, and also the churches, because I know their churches are now trying to come up with healthy eating alternative initiatives. So that might be a suggestion to help you expand.
I had a meeting with my sister. It turned into a meeting that actually was lunch. She was supposed to be picking me up yesterday. And she made a connection through her church, because they're trying to find ways to, you know how they have free foods that they give away? And they give like beans and fresh vegetables and juices that generally the people that they're getting the free foods to, they're not used to these types of foods and don't know what to do with them. She's making the connection so I can partner up and show them how to utilize these foods and how to cook with them. So I thank you.
Yes, thank you.
That is awesome. I will follow up on that.
Guys, please give it up for us. Is representing Divine Vents. He's the founder of Divine Vents, and his name is Sean Pickard.
Good morning, good early afternoon. I just want to introduce myself. As you mentioned, my name is Sean Hickman. I own a company called Divine Vents. It's a family-owned company, and we're based in the Twin Cities. Move around, but where I'm at right now is in the Dallas metro area. I'm here seeking funding and just guidance in the business. I've been a technician for 11 years, and I've been a business for 2 years. I'm sorry. So as I was saying, I've been in the business as a technician for 11 years and a business owner for 2 years, and I come to find the hardest thing. Take a little survey to show you my difficulties. How many folks here know what paintless dent repair is? If you can raise your hand. So I got just a few people. So if you can see my problem is creating awareness. Such a young industry, although it's very effective, and we're alternative to the traditional body shop. As I said, we're pretty new, so it's just getting folks out there. And what I'm trying to do is, just find funds to be more visible, and also to get a brick and mortar location so that we can be more visible. Especially since your traditional methods have such a presence, and from what I do, most people think is magic, but it's really just metal manipulation is just another form of art. And so, to be more specific, we take various rods of shapes, sizes, and lengths, and we go inside the panel. A lot of times we have to take parts off to go inside the panel and push the dent, massage the dent from the inside and tap it back down until it's flush where you can't see it anymore. So that is the greatest challenge. Let me get back to my notes here. We do also just recently added one service in particular, and that's windshield chip repair, just to try to be more visible. Not only that, but it's a needed service out there. We're also saving. If you're not familiar, most folks get major cracks or just chips, and they deal with their insurance policies. They have to go get the whole windshield replacement. This is the alternative. Use various methods to fix it rather than replace it. So what I've gathered, as I mentioned, I've been in the business for 11 years, but before that I was a tradesman, I was a carpenter, and getting into this business, I got into it through a friend and discovered really the beauty of it. Not only was something that I could feel passionate about and discover who I was as an artist, I just never accepted that in my life, but through this, I kind of discovered that, and I also discovered that there was a great, it can be very lucrative for a technician or a company that's it's a global business, and I watched my budget pretty well, and I found I could do good for others. And so I have, in my first year as a business, I was able to team up with a company. As I mentioned, I'm not in Dallas, I'm not here, but I'm in Dallas. And through the beauty of the internet, I was able to find this company. Anybody familiar with the empowerment program or empowerment plan? Well, you got one person you guys should really be more aware of that. They create these jackets that they create for the winter time. These jackets, but they're also like almost like what do you call it? Exactly. But also, you can, when you're done wearing it, you can take it and fold it on the inside and wear the jacket regularly. And not only do they create this for homeless folks, but they also hire homeless. And I was just very inspired by that, and I had this extra income. I'm saying, hey, I'm a follower of Christ, and I know that I'm supposed to give back and do for people and does something for me. So that's what I was able to do. I wish I could have done more, but I was able to hand out jackets. That particular winter, it was very cold in Texas. And I'm like, I was raised in Minnesota. For me to say it was cold in Texas, it was pretty cold for everybody sleeping out there. So, I was able to give jackets in there, and I was able to give some in Minnesota. But to me, it wasn't enough. So I am looking for funding and more. This is not my art. Using my hands is my strong suit. I'm looking for assistance of folks who, with better understanding of business than myself to help me move this business along. And just move it along and be able to help me free up time so that I can do more.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sean. Give it up. Questions. We're good?
So Mr. Hickman, thank you. So my grandfather was, in addition to working at Chrysler for a number of 30 plus years, he was a part-time mechanic, and he did just about everything from installing a motor to doing body work. So to help understand and truly, are you currently working out of your own garage or a garage with individuals, and specifically what you would want to do with the proceeds? Could you elaborate more on that?
Sure. The beauty of what I do is that I can be mobile, so I'm often going from place to place. Wherever the customer is, I go to them, and I do the repair there. Sometimes there are jobs that take me, an average repair might take anywhere between 45 minutes to a couple hours. But sometimes you get into more larger damage that might take a full day. So when that happens, I have my garage set up as a functioning business, and I do those larger repairs there. I also team up with some body shops that I service if I have something a larger truck that I can afford. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you just touched on something, because I can't confirm this, but I'm confident that there's probably body shop work because of volume with insurance companies that they can probably sub out to you as a lower cost alternative, and that's a way that you could probably expand your business that way. So it's just a thought, and that's ultimately where I was trying to go with it. So,
and I am there.
Okay.
But the issue is in Texas, it's a huge hail market. I mean, it hails there more than anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world, as a matter of fact. And you can imagine. Well, I told you it's a pretty lucrative business, so I mean, competition is extremely fierce. So I'm always, I do have a few body shops, but I like to attain them. So I'm just telling you that I'm there. But you asked me what the other question, there was a second question that you had. You said what was I gonna do with it?
yeah, in terms of specifically, is there with the proceeds in terms of expanding? I know you said you're looking for a location.
Yes, sir. Well, right now, to grow to that point, I need to be more visible, and through internet marketing is where I would use any proceeds that might come from this competition or any place. That's what I would start, and eventually, my plan is to hopefully within the next year to be into a fixed location.
Thank you.
Mr. Hickman, do you have a business plan already written out, or not? You do?
I'm in the process of that.
Okay. You had mentioned one of the things, which is visibility or awareness. People don't know about paintless dent repair. Are you targeting individuals, or are you targeting businesses to work with, such as collision companies, rental car companies, or small businesses like I'm sitting next to a small business that actually do window repair? And if he's doing a window repair, he sees that this car actually has some small dents in it, he possibly could refer your business, or maybe say that he offers the services as a contractor with business. So are you looking at individuals to market to and or businesses?
Ideally, I'm looking towards an individual, but I've touched on all of those areas that you speak of. The most beneficial one to me is the individual, because there's just honestly more capital in it. So I'm doing and it's just, I just like to be my own boss.
Yeah. So do you have maybe a car wrap or for your car that says paintless dent repair, learn more, go to this website, so that people can see it and actually maybe try to learn more about this process and maybe hire you?
I am present on the internet. I have a website. It's finedents.com or autodamage.com. I'm also present on Facebook and Instagram. And the other fun thing that I've had to do in trying to my own business is I've started a YouTube page, and I do all the editing and recording, and it's been a fun experience just learning that. And so but the first question as far as my vehicle goes, I did put a vehicle together about a year and a half ago that makes me more efficient while I'm mobile, and it is not totally wrapped, but on all of my windows, it has my business information.
Thank you. Give it up for Sean. All right, our next contestant, Home Sweet Home, Specialty Baked Goods. I'm sorry, let me say that again. Home Sweet Home, Specialty Baked Goods, and Elizabeth Blevins. Got it, sorry.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hi, good afternoon.
My name is Elizabeth Blevins. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Elizabeth Blevins, and my company is Home Sweet Home Specialty Baked Goods. We specialize in authentically homemade cupcakes, pastries, and desserts. I am a retired culinary arts teacher, and I loved working with my students. No mistake about that. Did it for 25 years, helped them pursue their culinary inspirations. It was very rewarding, but my passion is baking, and I've always wanted to open my own business. So in my retirement, that's what I've done. I started my company after many years of having been told by my friends and family, whom I was there for the baker for, that I needed to take my talents and goods public and open a business. I was introduced to the specialty baking while I was in pursuit of my own culinary degree, and I had the privilege of working for several specialty shops. I fell in love with the idea of specialty. The idea of taking premium ingredients and making signature products as good as they could get just really resonated with me. And that is what Home Sweet Home is all about.
I believe she is. I'm gonna ask.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. It's on my phone.
Awesome.
We'll share each other.
Can you share?
Yeah.
I better not. I said I better not. I want to. You look nice over here. I better not do it, no, man. Don't do that again.
Okay, although Home Sweet Home prepares many types of baked goods and desserts, our signature product is our authentically homemade cupcakes. They are a classic old-fashioned cake in a cupcake size. Like all of our products, they are made from scratch, no shortcuts, with fresh whole ingredients, and always with butter and love. Home Sweet Home mostly does vending right now for our sales. Okay, Home Sweet Home has done vending. We mostly do vending at Easter Market. We do the Sunday Market, which just ended, reusing and shed free. We do other markets as well, the holiday markets, the after dark markets, and other opportunities that they have. And we've also done other vending opportunities, Grandma Rosedale. We did Boston Edison with their garage sale. We did that. And we also do take orders from our customers and our friends and family, of course. Okay, we're slated to go into the Morningside community in the spring of 2020. We've identified a 1,200 square foot building for our first location. The building sits on Mack Street. Now this is a small business community right there, and it's diverse. On the north side of Mack is the Detroit area. On the south side of Mack is the Grosse Pointe area. And so we are excited to join that community. Okay, so since our inception in 2014, we've done some things. We became an LLC, joined the Commercial Kitchen Network. I'm going to hurry up with you. I acquired a business license, opened a business bank account, won several bonus Indie Match awards, acquired a zero interest loan, a $9,000 loan through Kiva. That means we did a successful campaign with our friends and family supporting us. We won the 2018 Any Idea Challenge for $10,000. We just did a cash outlay of $16,000 for some commercial baking equipment that became available. We launched our official website, identified our building, I mentioned that. We secured $10,000 in credit access in our business name. Our year-to-date sales are $21,598. We've invested in our personal funds $11,000. We have cash on hand of $4,400, and then we have $10,000 set aside for other equipment purchases. We will use $1,000 to go toward. We'll use the $1,000 to go toward our estimated $150,000 build out for our bakery location. We also intend to do a $5,000 marketing campaign. That's an estimate too. A $5,000 marketing campaign to introduce ourselves to our new neighborhood. And I almost forgot. I have a sampling of my goods. I always get asked, did you bring cupcakes? Even if I'm only carrying a purse, I do that. But I did bring some product with me today.
Ms. Douglas, so
he's going to bring that up to the judges so that you may experience cupcakes like that.
I think you've been distracted by
Very much for this opportunity.
One cupcake.
Thank you guys. Give it up for Ms. Douglas.
Thanks, Ms. Clevens. I'm trying to stay focused, and so I'm going to wait and ask this question. But this question is the thing between me and this cupcake. How are you going to manage? I mean, again, for service businesses, growth, a strategy, plan growth, and commend you on what you've done today. How big do you? I mean, aspirationally. How big do you see yourself getting, and how are you going to manage that growth?
Okay, so when I worked in some of the specialty businesses, one business that I worked in was real particularly strong to me, and that was Mrs. Fields Cookies. And so some of the things that I learned from that experience was how she protected her recipes and how she had her systems outlined. And anyway, a lot of people don't know this, but she was not a franchise. She was a family-owned business nationwide. And so the vision that I have for Home Sweet Home is for it to be a chain. And so I'm glad you asked that question, because some people look at that and they go, oh yeah, okay, this little cupcake business, and yeah, she's going to do maybe $100,000 if she's kind of successful, maybe $200,000 if she's real successful. But when you think of it in terms of it being a chain, then that's a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. It's just that you just have to kind of manage that and protect your brand, which is the key, the secret sauce is the brand.
Exactly.
How are you? I'm Paul as well. I'm trying not to be distracted with the cupcakes and stay focused and be biased.
So, I noticed one of the things you said you were a part of a commercial network. What's network?
A commercial kitchen network?
Yeah.
Well, a commercial kitchen network is important to a business
No, I know. What's it
like
mean?
mine, who doesn't have a brick and mortar location yet. Because being in that commercial kitchen network is like a commercial place where you prepare your goods, and it also allows you to get licensed. That's how you become a licensed business.
Is that food?
And I'm sorry.
Is that Detroit Food Lab?
The kitchen that I'm in is also on their list of kitchens.
Awesome.
Yes.
Are you a part of Detroit Blue Light?
I'm sorry.
Are you a
yeah,
part of?
absolutely.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Perfect for resources. And also, Bill, do you have that? Well, you Kiva. With Kiva, do you do services with Bill as well? They're an excellent resource.
I've taken courses at Bill. I started out at Prosperous Detroit, where I refined my business plan there, and eventually Motor City Match. All the organizations know me, okay? But I'm Osborne Business Association, Motor City Match, Tech-Town. I did the retail boot camp through there. And now I'm in SWAT City, and Warren is my mentor in SWAT City. So I'm connected that way. I'm definitely connected that way.
Awesome. And also, Warren is not familiar being in maybe Detroit on the east side, so we need things over there. We need things over there. We need you.
Yes, Mr. Levin. So 20 years ago, it might have been said that the last thing we need is another business that sells coffee.
That sells
Coffee.
coffee.
But today we have Starbucks. My question to you is, where I just say the last thing we need is another pastry shop, what's going to make Home Sweet Home the Starbucks of the future?
Well, seeing that we don't need another pastry shop, see, okay, that's just like I'm saying cookies are obsolete, but they're not, they won't be. Or that's just like saying donuts are obsolete, they haven't been, they won't be. And cupcakes are in that same family. So, I also worked at a cinnamon roll shop, and that was really, the talk of the town. And that the cupcakes are classic. That's what they are. And they're not so my cupcakes are very different. And then what I have done is taken my homemade delicious recipes for cakes and put it in a cupcake size. Yes. And see what that does is it gives people the opportunity to, one, spend only a little amount of money instead of $50, $60 for one cake. That's right. And just a little indulgence. Even like the healthy folks want something every now and then.
I got a recommendation. Go get the breadless sandwich. You save carbs on the bread.
But I get asked this question a lot, and that question is, what healthy choices are you offering? Now, I gotta be honest. In the setting that I sell in right now, I'm not offering any healthy choices. Why? Because even though I see a lot of customers in a day, I only get asked once or twice. And I only have that one time to sell that product. And so I don't want to take product home. I never want to take product home. Avoid that. And I sell out all the time. Now, I don't have blinders on when we open our shop, and we're working on it, by the way. But when we open our shop, we got to offer some healthy choices. The ones I get asked about most times is gluten-free and sugar-free. And so, yes, we will be offering healthy choices.
Elizabeth, I want to commend your food here. It's great. I actually have a recommendation or suggestion. Instead of calling these cupcakes, I would call it a micro cake. Micro cake. You want to differentiate yourself from the cupcake business because this is more than a cupcake. This is a cake.
A full cake.
So it's a micro cake. So I think that's a suggestion for you. For those that had an opportunity to taste the micro cake, would you purchase a micro cake? For those that did not have an opportunity to taste a micro cake, would you want that opportunity? Yes. Okay, so I suggest, because I got on glasses, I still can't read that. I would suggest that you give your name, your email, so that those that are interested in tasting your cake might be able to get a sample. I'm trying to help y'all out, right? Get a sample, and maybe they have opportunities that they can connect you with to purchase. Would you like to provide your information?
Absolutely, absolutely. I can be reached at 313-462-0306. That's our business number. We also have a website, but right now we're not doing.
So provide your email address and say your telephone number again slowly.
It's up there.
313-462-0306, and we definitely do take orders. And my email address, Elizabeth, ELIZABETH at homesweethomecupcakes.com.
Yeah, that's HSHcupcakes.com. All right, thank you. All right, our next contestant represents the company founder of Bouncing Around the Motor City. Her name is Catherine Coleman.
When picking out a company name, you want one that captures the essence of your product and service. But know that I had no idea that I would literally be bouncing around the Motor City. Hi, I'm Catherine Coleman, the owner of Bouncing Around the Motor City. We are a party and event rental company. I'm a mompreneur, Detroit to the core, graduate of UMD Mercy, Prosperous Detroit, BO Institute, Tech Town, Boot Camp. And on this Monday, I start the Road to Readiness program. The inflatable party rental and event planning industry is growing at an excess of $3.5 billion a year. We've been bouncing around the Motor City. We did our very first pop-up shop in February of this year, in which we hosted it. We had over 200 shoppers for 47 vendors. We are our second year approved vendor for Belle Isle State Park. We did the 2019 Detroit Tigers Family Fun Day. That's our inflatable on the Detroit Tigers scoreboard. We are our second year choice vendor for the United Negro College Fund. And we just did the recent Detroit China Festival at Hart Plaza. All of these events have been confirmed for 2020. We have bookings through September of 2020. So with that, I will be able to mail to 5,035, which consists of 4,684 residents, 381 businesses that are in my 48227 zip code. They need to know that we are there. They need to know that we are ready. If it's a business, they need to know that we are on a network. We are a neighbor. We want to connect with you. So we want to let our presence be known. This is how you join the Bouncing Around the City movement, because we are a movement. We are coming, and we are coming, and we are coming. This is how you find us. Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations on your success today,
Thank you.
Ms. Coleman, and wish it continued success for you. The building that you showed us, and can you talk a little bit more about the purchase price, what you intend to do with that building, how you intend to use it, and again, just being intuitive about it. What type of improvements have you spec'd out as to what that's going to cost?
Okay. One thing about me that's unique and it's my secret, I have a husband that does electrical, plumbing, drywall, siding, roofing, braiding. He does it. So, this building, I'm gonna shock y'all. Y'all ready for this? How much you think I paid for this building? I want to guess. I'm gonna try to get 3 guesses and then $1,000.
Free.
I paid $1,100 from the Wayne County tax auction. The building is in its distant clean out. We have some cousins coming stripping. And so it's real unique in there. Me and my husband went and assessed it the other day. I looked at it for about an hour. And I had enough and I walked out. But then that night I went home. And I started thinking about how many networks I get. I own a substantial amount of property in the city of Detroit. So I reached out to my networks. I already have all of my prices for everything. I got my prices for the roof because right now we have a skylight, and it should not be a skylight. So we need a flat roof. It's $25,000. My clean out is gonna be $5,000. I acquired that, and that was my reason for wanting to win the $5,000. So I won that. So that's a go. I have all of the supplies for this. One thing that's unique to me and my husband, when we buy a property, we bought 7 last month. But when we buy a property, we buy everything for that house, from the floor to the roof. The first thing we do to houses is put a roof on and put doors and windows. Secure it. But when you secure it, that's when you go in. So, as far as this, I know everything that I need. For $1,100, I would take on whatever this building has to bring because I'm confident that I can do it. We bought a house. On one block, we have, I think, 14 or 15 houses on one block. And so one of the houses had got burned all the way down to the foundation. That house right now is occupied. The lady just got her furniture burned away. But we built that house back up. And the reason we wanted to build it up is because we are avid about Detroit. I've been here my whole life. I went to Custer Elementary School on the Lodge Freeway. I went to Bowdoin Middle School. I went to Murray Wright High School, UAD, Wayne State, Wayne County. I've been bouncing around colleges, but I finally did get my master's in accounting. So between my husband and me, we are the dream team, and we got this. We ready. We just need the funding.
I believe it.
We talked a little bit.
I'm looking, as far as women, I'm looking into like the Michigan Women Fund. I'm looking to anything that's minority. I'm a little black, 50% Polish. So I will be looking into my Polish resources also. But anything that's available, I mean, I'm out here. Me and you talked yesterday. I'm the resource lady. I help people. People follow me because they know I got the information. I'm the plug.
I love this spark plug that's on stage right now. I just love your enthusiasm, your passion. I love you and your husband as a team and the things that you guys have been able to do. And I can see you guys looking to be serial entrepreneurs beyond doing this. My question is about 2 questions about your impact on the community as it relates to hiring people to set up your balloons, your entertainment centers and things like that. And second is talk about your leadership team.
Okay. My leadership team is me, my husband, my 16-year-old son. I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old at work. I don't know if y'all be at Belle Isle, but they are very proficient in setting up chairs for weddings. We provide anywhere. First of all, we did over 300 and some weddings on Belle Isle this year. But they are my assistants. So right now, I just hire people temporarily, but me and my husband have discussed before we even open a building, we cannot go into 2020 due to the bookings that we have, because you gotta think about it. This year we added on balloons, we added on prom send-offs, we added on linen. We got 500 chairs, we got 50 tables, we got 14 bounce houses. We got a train, we coming, we're ready. So we have to hire staff. Even before I even open this building, I need 20 people. So what I've been doing, where do you find good people? Colleges and kids. Because they're gonna be reliable. If you pay a kid $100 a day, I have proven this. They will be on time. They will call me. If you ever want to get a teenager responsible, pay them to do what they're supposed to do. But yeah, 15 to 20 jobs. And during the summer, I could see us using anywhere from 30 to 40 people to keep up with my bookings because I had to resource so much out. One thing that also is my secret to my success is that I don't have competitors. I network. All of my competitors are my best friends. If you got a bounce house, you do blending, you do anything I do, I cannot be everywhere. I cannot bounce around everywhere as much as I want to. So I don't never look at it as a competitive thing. I definitely want to give back. We need to talk about this building a little bit. Talk about community involvement. So this is Littlefield. This building was on the demo list, and I fought them because I feel like this building, there's no reason why this building should be demoed. Okay, it needs some brick tuck work. Okay? So we did the brick tuck work. I think I spent $800 to keep this off the demo list. So this would have just been a lot that the city got to come and cut when they, get to it because it's on the list. But instead, it's got to be a business, a thriving business. So this is how I'm in community involved. I want people to come here and have their community monthly meetings. I want them to feel like they're my neighbor. I don't want them to just see me as a business. I'm going to have coffee, free popcorn. I want you to come here and talk to me. Come see me. I'm going to be there. When I'm not bouncing around, but I'm going to be there.
Any more questions for my judges? Okay, thank you. Give it up. So I would like to introduce you to Damon Rogers, and he will be doing a pitch on his business. Please give him some encouragement. And
like you said, my name is Damon Rogers. I graduated from Alma College. I actually lived in Detroit most of my life, and right now I'm here to tell you about Sugar-Free Foods Technologies. This is basically a startup geared towards assisting low-income type 2 diabetics in managing their lifestyles. So the ideal here is to provide these type of diabetics with a preventative and holistic approach to medicine. Okay, this means that we should be accountable for the care that we are receiving. This means that we should be accountable for our own wellness and actually enact these preventative strategies for our community. So the idea here is to provide them with different levels of education, different levels of self-management, and different things that they can do in the web-based platform, as well as alternative food sources. So think about how Detroit is a food desert, and it's been previously difficult to obtain a certain amount of food and certain levels of healthy food around the city. This startup is geared towards assisting low-income individuals and partnering up with the individuals that's going to help them and the resources that's going to help them manage their lifestyle overall. So if you are familiar with the healthcare sector, there's a lot of need for this. And there's a lot of need especially for low-income individuals. Seeing how diabetes treatment costs the healthcare system 1 out of the $7 that it's spending. So I think that what we can do is, as a community, is get more people involved in being more accountable for their health and get more people involved on actually relying less on medications that they might not need and rely more on the accountability that it will take and that preventive strategies that we can take and use ourselves. So I think that if anybody has any questions or any concerns or any ideas on how to grow this, I've been working on it for a few years. I've been through the DTX program in Tech Town. I've been pitching for a few years actually. So right now I'm just getting out fresh out of college. I'm looking to apply my healthcare administration degree and try to see what I can do for my community. I'll be at the table, at the Ecotech table in the back, and you can just come and talk to me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Warren. Yes. Can we quickly have the judges up there with us?
Yes, have the judges come up here. We're about to announce the winners, and we do have another workshop in here, so we need to quickly get through this. For those of you who are looking for another workshop to go to, the next one that's going to be here is going to be led by Davida Davidson. Where are you at, Davida? She's phenomenal. When you talk about impact, when she speaks, everyone stops and listens to what she has to say. She's absolutely phenomenal. So, excellent workshop here, but we do have more workshops going on over at Tech Town in the Bay 1, Bay 2, Test Track, Proving Ground, and then in the rooms behind here in the Edison and Tesla. So we do have more workshops. I appreciate everyone's patience. This pitch competition was just incredible. They're all winners. Let me tell you, they are all winners. Okay? So, we can make a decision. Business owners that participated in the pitch competition before we announce the winner. Now, I didn't sign these, so you guys got to catch me. You got to slow me down. Okay?
You famous, I need us. You bought the first, National Microloan Conference in Detroit.
I know she's doing a lot, but she's going to be my spokesperson. She's hot. Congratulations. She's got about 50 properties and traveling with them. Come on.
Remember, they become valuable after you sign them.
The winner of the pitch competition for 2019 is Breathless. Now, yesterday, John and I were talking about how should we present the money. We were going to go old school and get $20 bills and just kind of bounce on you. Congratulations. Let's give them a round of applause. Anybody want to take pictures? Yeah. I need some pictures. Your home.
He's the real man of the hour out here.
Yeah. I didn't talk.
So we have a balloon arrangement for all y'all.
Yeah. You get in this one. You get in there with one.
Yeah.
Whole cameraman.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.